Hello and welcome back to another video. It is Sarah here. In this video, I'm going to help you decide what is the best method to bill your clients if you are doing a payment plan. So let's say for your website or for your design services, you're going to be establishing, if they're not going to, okay, let's back up a second here and let's talk about the different ways that you could potentially charge your clients and what I have found effective. Okay. And then we'll be able to kind of get into the payment plan. So the very first thing that you can do that I love doing now is offering a 10% pay in full customer appreciation discount. When you do this and when you offer it, it's super motivating for people to pay you all up, like in cash, in cash upfront before people even start services. I've had designers come to me and they're like, "How do you get people to pay in full before you even lift a finger?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's just." Well, I do know part of it's the presentation, the packaging, the trust, but also I position the pay in full offer as very attractive. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing you can do is split the payments into a like a separate amount of payments, right? So let's say you have a $5,000 website, you could do 50% upfront, 50% due before the end of signing. Okay, so 50% upfront, 50% due prior to the website turnover. Never ever turn over or give access to the website to the client before you have received that final payment, because otherwise you're opening the door to like having yourself get screwed over. So don't do that. So the reason that my 50% method is popular is because there's no added fees. Okay, so the pay in full option is attractive because you get a discount. The split payment method is attractive because they don't incur any extra fees. And then the last option I offer is something that I call the flex finance plans. And I got the idea for this from, a cell phone, a car dealership. So let's say you have a client that comes to you and they want the website of their dreams, but they don't have the money to be able to put down like all at once. So what you could do is require a deposit and then do a monthly payment plan. Okay, so there's the different ways that you can charge your clients. Now, depending on if you're doing set rates for your website, okay, so if you have website packages and it's more like kind of like, this is what you get for $3,800, this is what you get for $7,500, this is what you get for $10,000, and then you would be able to put payment plans inside of Wix. If you are using, so if you're watching this and you're a website designer not on Wix, I recommend you switch. kind of kidding, kind of not. I was designing on WordPress, Weebly, Joomla, Squarespace, and then I ultimately made the decision to use Wix as my platform, and I'm so glad. I will never look back. One of the really nice things that Wix offers is payment plans built into its own platform, which is really cool. However, there is one fatal flaw that Wix has, and that is it's not really good. Payment plans don't really work that well if you have like custom payment plans. Okay, so like let's say you put a custom quote together, which that's kind of how a lot of my projects work. I don't have like set prices, set rates, and set tiers, like 2,500, 5,000, 7,500. We kind of are more intuitive with our pricing where we have custom packages based off of that client's needs. So because of how our pricing is structured, the paid plan option for me doesn't work very well on Wix just because of that method, right? Because otherwise what happens with Wix is there's actually, I'm going to show you on my agency, so the law38.com/plans. This is a secret page on our website that takes you to the payment plan options. Okay. which I don't know why they're not loading or I'm not seeing them here, but they should be here. Here they are. So you can see, so we do marketing. So we have like a one-time setup fee for marketing. So there's that. So the payment plans work well for that. And part of the thing with these payment plans is I can't split the widget up. I can't be like, oh, I'm only going to show these plans on this page or these plans here. When you have a plan, it's all displayed on the same page. So it works really well for recurring fee-based things where the fee is consistent. So for example, like our monthly client retainer packages, 97, 297, 497, really awesome for these, but not really awesome when I'm looking at custom quotes, okay? So what I recommend doing, if you have any kind of a custom quote, and you absolutely can set up a payment plan, it's super simple. If you want to do that, you can go in. All you do is go click on the plus sign and go down to more, if it'll let me get there, go down to more, and then go all the way down to the bottom. And here at the bottom, the paid plans should be an option in here. If you can't find the paid plans in here, go to the app market and type in paid plans. It'll add the page onto your website. It's super simple. And then you can start to set up the plans. And I actually have a tutorial video on that in a different video. So if you want to know how to set up paid plans with Wix, absolutely, I can show you how to do that. However, another thing that you can do is you can do one-off invoicing from your dashboard. I've never invoiced from this site before, but here we go. So you're going to kind of see like a back end area, a mock-up area. We don't use this site for invoicing, so it'll be perfect. So inside of the financial tools on the dashboard, and remember, in order to get to your dashboard, so there's 3 different screens with Wix. There's the site's overview, the site editor, and then the dashboard. If you click on settings and then my dashboard, it'll take you to the dashboard. This is where all of like the back end stuff happens. Now you have to make sure that you have an upgraded plan so that you can accept payments. You're then going to want to connect your payment gateways. If you haven't already, you can apply for a local LLC or however you're going to set up your business. Get a business account, connect it to Stripe. It's super simple. It'll take not a lot of time. And then you can connect your payment gateways. However, if you're just getting started, you're freelancing, maybe you have a PayPal account. I can't advise you on what to do because I'm not a legal advisor, but I can tell you when I got started, I just linked to my personal PayPal. But as you go forward, you really want to have that separation between personal stuff and business stuff. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say there. However, really cool, you can connect the payment gateways to where you can manage your invoices and your price quotes all from in the back end of Wix. Your leads, your contacts, your price quotes, your invoicing, you don't even have to leave the dashboard to do it, which is pretty awesome. So you can send a price quote out to someone. You can split the payment up. You can, send that out. So that is what you can do manually. You can go in, create a price quote, send it off. Another thing you could do is inside of PayPal, I think I have a separate tutorial on this, but it's pretty simple. It's pretty awesome. You can set up a recurring payment through PayPal. Okay, so these are all of my payments. So money. Go into PayPal, you click on money, and I believe you can send and request money, find this link. Now, depending on when you're seeing this video, it might look a little different because you guys know things are always changing. Be resourceful, figure it out, find it. Okay, let's see here. Let's see, tools. Gotta remember where it's at. So send an invoice. I'm trying to think if this is it. Okay, so here it is. So you can send an invoice here in PayPal. So you can see it's coming from Sarah Michaels. The frequency, you can say like every month. Now, this is a really handy feature to use. For example, if you have someone that isn't going to do, so if they're going to pay you a one-time chunk up front, I would invoice that through Wix. And personally, then I would either go into Stripe and set up a recurring plan, or I would come into PayPal and do that. Now, you absolutely could set up a recurring paid plan here on your Wix dashboard. You could even call it like whatever you wanted to call it. You could say like Kristen's custom Wix plan. Okay, you absolutely could set up that recurring thing right through your Wix dashboard. For me personally, it doesn't work out the best, and that might not be the best solution for you long term if you have a bunch of clients and then they're like, oh, so it really all depends. And this could all change. Like if Wix allows you the ability to send like one recurring payment plan to one person, which maybe they'll do that in the future, that would be so great, because then you could have this custom, paid plan, have it all set up through Wix, and then just send someone the link so that you could manage your recurring payments all through the Wix platform. So it's totally up to you. So here are your options just to recap. Number one, you could send an invoice to someone if they're going to pay all at once, or if they're only going to pay in 1 to 3 payments. I would manually invoice this from your Wix dashboard. Okay, you can send a manual invoice, and then you can also set a reminder for yourself or your assistant, like, hey, they've got to, collect payment on this day. So then you just invoice them again on that day. So if this works especially well if you're going to take 50% up front and then 50% prior to the end of the project. Just use the invoices in your Wix dashboard. Option number 2, you absolutely could come in here and set up a custom payment plan for someone using the Wix Paid Plans app. If you don't want to mess around with, trying to figure out Stripe or trying to figure out PayPal, you can just go into Wix, just like how I showed you. If you need an additional tutorial, you can hop on over to the other video, but it's pretty simple. Just go to the app market, add the paid plans to your site. Okay, so if we go down here, we add the paid plans. If I click on this, it's going to say add it in there. And then you can I would create a custom payment plan for whoever. You can change the monthly rate. So I would figure out, all right, I have I've got a $3,000 payment plan. They're going to pay me once a month for 6 months. How much does that work out to be monthly? If you're doing payment plans, I add a 7.5 convenience fee charge to do a flex finance plan. So I'm just telling you that. So here's my fee structure. 10% discount for paying in full. That makes it really attractive. No added fees if they do a 50-50 or a 33%, 33. Okay, so what I mean by that is if they pay me 50% up front and then 50% due prior to the end of project, there's no added fee. If they want to do a deposit and then flex any amount or do any kind of payment plan, I add on a 7.5% convenience fee. Right? Because for me as a designer, when I give out a payment plan, I'm taking a little bit of risk. Like, you don't know if this person's going to follow through. It's kind of like, I hope you do. So I add on that convenience fee. So let's just say you had a $3,000 project. They paid you, I usually require a quarter to a third upfront, non-negotiable, before I even do a flex finance plan. Don't lift a finger for anywhere less than $500 ever. Like, that's just my personal thing. I recommend it because you can get yourself in some sticky situations by working with people who don't have an investment mindset. So $3,000 plus, so what's 0.075? So that would add on a $225 fee. So they would be flexing 322.25. Let's say that they pay you $995 up front. Just pulling that out of my head. $995. So they're going to flex 2,230. So you go 2,230 divided by 10. That's pretty generous. Maybe even let's do 6. That's a little better. So you could do a 6-month payment plan for someone of $371.67 and add that in the payment plan option on Wix and say, like, this is Kristen's custom payment plan, $371.67. And then they would be able to access that payment plan page, pick out their specific payment plan, and then pay you. So there's that. So that's totally an option. Or you can go in here, go into PayPal, and you can choose to invoice them monthly and set it up as a recurring invoice through PayPal. Totally up to you. So I can always tell you what I'm doing and what's working for me, but ultimately at the end of the day, every entrepreneur, every business owner is different. And while I encourage the questions and I'm more than happy to share, you have to figure out what works best for you and your business, with really the goal to keep it streamlined and simple. The most simple solution is usually always the best one because you don't want to make it complicated. So figure out what is the most simple for you to do right now. And most importantly, just get the invoice sent out and get the cash in your bank, because that is what really matters. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. As always, I am here to help you with the system, strategy, tech, and setup of building your 6 or 7 plus figure online business. And if you want to check out how I can help you do that, I have 2 courses currently available. There is What the Tech, and if you're a website designer or you're looking to have a business and really earn an income from being a Wix website designer, I welcome you to check out the course or apply for an open apprenticeship if there's any openings when you're watching this. So thank you so much for watching. Hope it was helpful. If it was, remember to give this a thumbs up, click the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified when a new video drops. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.